Bladed Articles.
Hello and welcome to Bladed Articles. Today for you guys I have got an MKM, and this is, to be more precise, the MKM Edge, and this is the TI version and it has been sandblasted. Just a brief overview of the box, nothing too special, pretty alright colorways on there, but other than that, pretty standard cardboard box. And inside we have the edge and also the paperwork. So just a quick overview of the paperwork, and then that is in a language I cannot read, and here's a language I can read. So you get your warranty, maintenance, security warnings on there as well. And MKM, for all of you who didn't know, is the Maniago knife makers. I think I pronounced that right, Maniago, or Maniago. But that's all she wrote for the paperwork anyway. So we will get that out of the way. I'll just move that and fold that later. So what you do get as well is a leather slip, which I think is a very, very nice touch. And it has got the MKM logo on the back there and made in Italy. So I'm presuming this is Italian leather. So not only do you get a knife, you get some very, very sexy Italian leather on there too. So here is the edge, and the opening goes like so. So just a word, this can go over a belt. I have been using it just literally over my work trousers, so no belt. I don't wear a belt on there. It's tight enough around my around there. So I've just been popping that over the edge and it has stayed in place. It's been absolutely perfect, and they are quite strong magnets on there, and because it's made of leather, I think it's going to wear really, really nicely, and you'll get a nice little patina on that, in my opinion anyway. So now that that's out of the way, here we have the MKM Edge, and as you can see, you will get some fingerprints on this blade, that is for sure. Obviously I cleaned it before I obviously showed it to you guys, however they will show up like no one's business on both sides, because obviously that is how you open the knife. Now what is unique about this knife is the opening. So they've actually just drilled 4 holes in there, and surprisingly you get a fair amount of grip on those holes when you really pinch on it. I find it better than a nail nick in my opinion, but it's unique and I like the design, so thumbs up to them for that, that is for sure. So coming in for point number 1 anyway, that is the cost. So it is coming in from Heine Haynes at £154.95, and they are still available at the time of recording this video. And on to point number 2, which is the scales, and they are titanium and they have been sandblasted, and if you ask me, they look absolutely awesome. It just looks like a futuristic knife, personally speaking. Just a nice angular designs on almost all fronts, and this is actually a tanto, if you can just about see it there. So it took me a couple minutes of looking at it to work out that it was actually a tanto. It was just a bit odd. Anyway, so on to the next point, which is the lanyard hole. So this is quite unique as well, in aspect that it not only acts as the lanyard hole, but it also acts as the bar for the slip joint. So when we close it like so, you can see that pop up just a little bit, and we'll just close it again and it vanishes. And we'll do that just on the open, just so you can see it. There we go, up to the 90, and then it closes again. So I think that's really, really unique, personally speaking anyway. I like how they have done that, all incorporated into it at the back there. And also it is curved, not only on the actual lock bar itself, well, the slip bar, let's call it, and the lanyard hole, it is also all along the spine of the knife as well. So it is very, very fitting. It fits in really, really well, and a lot of detail has gone into this, I feel, from the design perspective anyway. So onto the carry style, and now unfortunately you don't get a pocket clip in there, so it's either lanyard in your pocket or using the provided slip, which is what I used, sorry, or you can put it in a caddy, which is also what I do most days anyway. So unfortunately, I mean, kind of yes and no with the pocket clip, because this now means this knife is completely ambidextrous, so I guess that's a plus. And the ergos on it are really sweet, because you can choke up really nicely in there. However, you can only just about get a pinky on there, but it has served really well, and it is really comfy because there is no hot spots at all, and it fits the curvature of your hand really rather well, to be fair. Now on extended use it does get a tiny little bit sore just around here in the palm of your hand, just from this point here, and also a little bit up on that lanyard hole as well. But apart from that, yeah, really quite good. So onto the blade, and let me just clean that for a second, or clean it now. Give me a second and you shall see some shiny goodness. Here we go. There is the blade there. So it comes up really great. However, it is very highly prone to fingerprints. So as you can see, it is M390. Now what we have gone through on the M390 is obvious shit tons of cardboard and packaging, and we've gone through some food this week on there. We've gone through rope, paracord, foam carpet as well, all the usual schnazzle that all of my knives go through when it is at my work. And also a plus side for John, there is no chippings. I checked every box this time 100%, and there was no chippings, so great stuff on that front. Cool. So now onto the it would be the centering and the log. We can still have a look at this centering. Let's have a cheeky look. Oh, there we go. That, in all fairness, looks dead on. And I don't think John has touched it, because he hasn't had this too long, I don't think. And I definitely haven't. So that has come from the factory. Spot friggin' on. As in, like, I couldn't even get it any more perfect than that, in my opinion, anyway. And obviously the stay in place mechanism is the slip joint, as we have noted before. And let's have a look at the length whilst we are here. Let's see if we can do an edge length, and from the point, and we are roughly looking at 7.3, I would say, on the cutting edge. And let's try an overall length. There we go. We are looking at 17.2, I would say. Now for the close for Mathieu. Nice and flat, just how we like it. So from point to furthest point, we will go for there. So just over 10 centimeters, so 10.1, 10.2 push maybe. And now let us have a look at the screw size. See what I mean by the blade? It's going to show your fingerprints no matter what, because you're pulling on it. So that is one thing to bear in mind if you like your knives to stay clean all the time. Let's have a look. Where are we? Ooh. Let's go for a 10. I may be pushing it a little bit here. Yes I am. Let's try an 8. That is another favoured size. Yes, hit the spot. A nice snug fit on there. And those I feel are going to be 6s. And just look on the reverse pivot. Again, another snug 8. So as you can see, 88. Now let's have a look at the T6. See if these are for that. Yes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So only 6 screws, which is awesome to take it apart. And you have got your T6 there. So nice and easy peasy, T8, T6, twiddle, 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 Bob's your uncle, you got it apart. Let's have a look at the logos. Again, I will clean this just for aesthetics purposes, because we all like a clean blade. Here we go. So there is the logo of the, let me just check in here. I'll see if it's in here, because I did notice right in the middle there. There we go. Made by, I think that says Masita or Makita. I can't even read that from here. Let me just take that out, just so I can have a little look. There we go. So it does say Mikita. So I'd say that is Makita. Now the only thing is that I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not gonna lie. Graciette, I think. Graciette. That would be the designer, I would have assumed. And then obviously the MKM logo at the top there. And it does say Maniago, Italy. So that's all we have for the logo front of things. And let's have a quick look at the hair pop, just see if this is still shaving sharp. It is M390, so I'm hoping so. There we go. So still shaving sharp. I think it's just because I haven't got that many hairs on there now from all of these videos. I'll just clean that off again. And now we have done that, I will just grab a few blades just for a size comparison. We have got the 940. We'll just we'll stick this in the middle, because we've got a couple there, and we'll go up there, and we'll go there. And we have got a Luna as well, just so you can see that against another UK friendly. So that is one thing I forgot to mention. This is a sub 3-inch blade, and it is non-locking, so it is a UK friendly as well, just like its counterpart, the Luna. Well, I wouldn't say the counterpart, is a brother in arms of sorts, let's say. And also, actually, I've got another brother in arms. There is the Heine Haynes version Suru, Fox Suru, and just one more. Oh, it's another legal. Here we go. That is the Spyderco Pitters, and there we have it, just for a little size comparison for you guys. I'll just pop those away quickly for you. 1, 2, 3. So, things I love about this: the design, absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Aesthetically speaking, it is a work of art, I think, anyway. Downfalls, obviously, that 90, it is going to chomp on your finger if you are not careful. Fingerprints on the blade, that is another downfall, but then again, if you're using it on a daily basis, you're probably not going to care too much for it, as in your fingerprints on the blade. What I do like as well, though, is obviously the curvature on the spine that meets in with that slip joint bar at the back there as well. One thing I'm not too sure about, I haven't come across it, is obviously these big holes in here. So I guess things could fall through in your pocket if you're just rattling it around in there, and it could scratch up the blade. But that's the only thing. Maybe a bit of dirt in there as well. That's the only thing I can think of that would fault that. But it's nice to see, into and behind the scales, in my personal opinion. And I like this little touch of blue in there. I think that is anodized in some form. Maybe it's just aluminum. Couldn't find anywhere to tell me exactly what it was. However, I'm going to take a punt on aluminum on there. So overall, I think this is really, really nice, and I have loved using it. However, at the price point, there's a lot of other stuff on the market for it. I mean, the Luna was, you know, what, 30 quid? And it's a bloody good blade. However, I guess if you want something a little bit more upmarket, you could take a punt on this. I mean, John took a punt, and he's very kindly sent it over, and I've loved using it. Now that I've used it, I may consider getting one, but the only thing holding me back is that £155 price mark, because it's a UK legal. Although I can use it all the time, I've got to be super in love with it to spend quite a bit of money on there. But take as you want, and there we have it. So that is the MKM Edge in titanium. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay safe, stay shaving sharp.